Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rise of the Unnamed Adventures in Biomes Aplenty. As you can see, I am actually still in the hot springs. You can see the hot spring and the zombie behind me. It's also raining, which is kind of a pain. But I did miss a key step, actually a couple, at the end of my last episode. There goes the rain, mercifully. I'm gonna kill a zombie, because zombies are jerks. As you remember, if you watched my Attack of the Unnamed series, as brief as it was, I went ahead and made a statue of myself in each biome, and I intend to do just that. We get up to my shelter here. And another thing I discovered, these blue schist stones can in fact be turned into bricks, which I'm going to make myself out of right now. Did I pack a hammer, or do I have to go make one? Let's find out. There we are. Hammer, statues. Bonk. My name. I don't pose myself. I'm holding. Oop, no, that's my leg. Definitely want to be holding stuff up. Good enough. Sculpt. Alright, so put the hammer away, as well as the silk touch pick. Some armor on myself. This is just stuff I've gotten from enemies I was fighting nearby. A little blue schist here, a little pine wood there. And there we are. I don't know why my leg's sticking out there. I guess I'm showing a little leg for the crowd. But yeah, that is my statue. I've still got my sign there. And one last thing. Grab my clipboard. What was this called? Hot Springs. Back there. Bing! Hot Springs, done! Yay! Now, I can just hop, skip, and jump right over to here, across the river, to another biome that I have no idea what it is. Zoop. Doop, doop. This is kind of small. If you look on the mini-map, I'm looking at the lighter green biome. What is this? Blue orchids. Take a bit of that. Let's see, or do I want to go over there? I'll go over there, actually, because this looks like it's just a regular fields biome. Let me check real quick. Okay, so back across the way, there was in fact just a regular vanilla fields biome. They're kind of boring, so I jumped across here to this slightly more pale green biome. And this is called a Bayou. I went ahead and looked it up real quick, so no one could see my coordinates. Now, this looks to be pretty rich in wood, as you can plainly see. I got a few different... Looks like this is just plain water here. At least I'm hoping so. Let's see. Where's my bucket? Grab a bucket. Take a sample of that. Yep, it's just plain old water. Go back in there. What else we got over here? We got willow wood. We have plenty of willow trees back towards the base. So I'm not going to take a lot of this stuff. Just going to chop a bit down for the shelter. Let's see. Get that out of there. Love this lumber axe. Apparently it doesn't work very well. Oh, there it goes. Doesn't work very well in these wider tree bases, apparently. But yeah, that was a willow tree indeed. Got some willow saps here, and a bunch of wood. Be exploiting that a little bit later. This appears to just, yep, that's the lighting glitch. Wander around a little bit. Got a few toadstools here. I think these can be used to make stew? Let's find out. Shroom powder. Shroom salad. There we are. Yeah, toadstool, milk cap, and portobello together all makes a shroom salad. Let's see if I can find enough to make one of those, actually. That sounds pretty good. A little mushroom salad. Let's see. Looking around. I got some reeds here. Cattails. A skeleton, apparently. Must be in a cave. I don't see him. Cattails. What am I going to do with cattails? Do I need to use... silk touch to get that? Let's find out. Here's on top. Get cattails. Bottom goes away. So, cattails apparently pretty fragile. Can I replant them then? Yep, there they go. And I'm guessing that over time, they'll go ahead and recover. I'm going to take those as a sample, actually. So, cattails. Definitely a thing in the bayou. Look around a little bit. What's this stuff? Got some reeds. I don't know what this stuff's for, but apparently I can't grab it. Let's try my shears. Where are my shears? Grab you, grab you. Nope, shears won't do it either. So, reeds, purely decorative. This stuff here is mud. Mud, common in several biomes actually, but this is the first time I'm encountering it on my journey. Basically be very simply dug up with any sort of shovel, and you do sink into it a little bit. Let me get up onto the land here again. There's my camera. You see my feet are indeed very much submerged. This actually makes it a little harder to jump up on top of certain blocks. So, could be handy for like mob traps or fences, things like that. But one of the neat things about mud is it's actually a resource for building tools. I'm going to go ahead and work on a shelter. So a little quick thing, probably in the shadow of this willow tree here. And we'll see what sorts of things we can do with mud. Alright, so I've got to make myself a little hut inside of a willow tree. Had to expand it a little bit to make room for some tools. And this sheep seems to be having a bit of trouble with the mud. Let's step inside here. Made a little slab furnace just to demonstrate that you can in fact walk right under slabs when you're on top of mud. Kind of neat. Now what we can do with mud, let me grab some of my willow wood here, convert it into planks. As you see, willow wood is in fact a nice green color. Actually looks like it has some little inclusions in it. It's kind of neat, I didn't notice that before. So not quite a perfect texture, but kind of neat looking. The logs, plenty are also a very green color. This over here is a rubber tree. Rubber trees are kind of boring. They're used to get rubber for various other things, other mods, things like that. I was going to take some of that for sort of utility wood. But anyway, yeah, onwards and upwards. Mud balls. Open up my crafting thingamabob here. What you can do with mud balls, you can make them actually into any kind of tool using the regular vanilla recipes. You make swords, you make pickaxes, axes, things like that. So open up the recipe list here. You can see they don't look the best, and they're really not the best. Form them back into mud blocks, muddy shovels, etc., etc. Even armor, as you can see. So if you're stuck in a biome like Bayou, which offers mud, scythe, wow, anything, ain't you? If you're stuck in a biome that includes mud, you're definitely not without resources, at least to get yourself started. You can also smelt them into these mud bricks, which I'm going to do right now. And these mud bricks can also be used for a selection of things. As soon as one cooks up, I'll look it up real quick. Come on. Come on. Bang, mud brick. And mud bricks can be formed into, well, mud bricks. So similar to cooking netherrack into nether bricks, for the express purposes of doing things like building stuff, you can form mud into mud bricks to make your floor a little bit less sinky. It's kind of nice. Now, it's a bit dark outside. I'm going to go ahead and remodel my hut a little bit and think about my next step. Excuse me a moment. Alright, so we've got a few mud bricks on our floor now. You can see it's sort of a different kind of texture. It looks like a rough brown brick, obviously. But that is the power of mud. Now let's go and search for some additional mushrooms for our mushroom stew. Where did I put the stuff I'd already gathered? There it is. Toadstools. What else did I need for these? Utility. I need toadstool, blue milk cap, and a portobello. So I'm looking for a white and a blue. Step out into the wild blue yonder and hopefully not get killed. Kill or be killed. There we go. Alright, here's a skeleton, probably underground. Lots of this koru, whatever this stuff is. Take a few samples of that. Let me grab my tool bag here. Sort of a different kind of weed from what it looks like. take this out of here. Apparently it doesn't cut very well either. I'll get rid of that. We'll try the Silk Touch. Silk Touch doesn't do it either. So, Koru. Also not gatherable by any means. Either that or my pick is just not very good at gathering grass. So you probably can do it with, I don't know, Silk Touch something else. But not that, apparently. What a jerk. Let's see. Looking around. That's another toadstool. Don't need more toadstools. Koru. Creeper. Don't need a creeper. Got too many of those already. Let's see. There's mud. Cattails. I don't know if you can reproduce them or if they're just a one-time kind of a thing. Let me grab actually another one of those up because I think you can convert them into something else. Snag that. Shears do this? Yes. So yeah, they can become brown dye in addition to just being cattails. Is that it? Just brown dye? Oh, you put enough of them together, you get wool as well. So 9 cattails makes wool. So you have a source of wool if you don't have sheep that happen to be nearby. A little hole to nowhere here. Just gonna leave that. Sneak around the back side. Looks like we got some moss out here. Hop over. Yeah, this moss. This is actually fairly common as far as stuff goes, especially on these sort of willow trees. Knock it down, you get a bit of moss. This is not the same moss as Tinker's Construct, mind you. You cannot apply it to tools. What you can do with it, you put it in here, makes green dye. I don't think it's used for anything else, though. Oh, you can turn a stone into moss stone. Green dye. That's about it. So, moss stone, green dye, moss. Can I reapply it to the wood? Put it back where I found it? Yes, I can. Or you can cover your neighbor's everything in moss. Which might be kind of fun. Don't know if it grows, though. Don't think it does. I think you have to go gather it. Moving right along. So, yeah, Bayou. Definitely very much like your traditional Bayou. What's this stuff? Oh, it's algae. 2 different kinds of algae? It's kind of neat. Yes, algae stuff is stinking everywhere in watery biomes. Not really used for anything. Let me go ahead and snag a bit of that. If it'll snag, which doesn't seem to want to, at least not this stuff. The other stuff I know will. Yeah, because E-mesh or resource. This stuff's stinking everywhere. What's this? Rutile ore. That's part of mariculture. Some ores do actually appear underwater as well. This is algae. Algae not used for anything, so really just kind of boring. Lay it back down. I'll grab this rutile ore here. What's this? Limestone. Another part of mariculture. Not sure what that's used for. What's this? Tarma root. Oh, Ars Magica. Yeah, I'm not touching that. Had enough of magic and I haven't even used it. Let's see. That's pretty much it, really, as bayous go. Willow trees aplenty. Lots of toadstools, for sure. I don't see any of the other mushrooms, though. I don't know if I walked past one when I wasn't looking. Mud. Lots and lots of mud. Great for mob traps. Now we're back to that. What's this? Bluebells. I'll take some of that. Bluebells used to make blue dye. Not something you see everywhere. I think all the ones near spawn have already been snatched up and used for blue and purple and things like that. Yep. Mud. Lay in the mud. And we appear to be on the border of a completely different... There's more blue schist. Yeah, a completely different biome over here. So, I'm Bayou. This has been me prematurely doing my conclusion. Let me head back to my shelter here. I'll put up a sign, put up a statue, and continue on my merry way. Yep. Alright, here we go. Grab my hammer. Never have anything prepared, do I? Hammer. Hammer me out of here. Call the Dewey. Same pose, I suppose. No. Heck, randomize it. Bang! There we go. Done. Sculpt it. Beautiful. Alright, put this back in the tool bag. And I didn't get any armor from the enemies I was fighting, but I did grab mud balls and I did grab some willow wood. Neat. And slightly ludicrous. Can still get inside, right? Yeah, don't walk right past me. So there we are. I'll put up a sign after I do my outro. Oh, and with regards to food, again, looks like fishing is probably your best bet if you don't have any animals nearby, because there's not much you can do with the toadstools unless you can find the other mushrooms, which I think might be a part of other biomes. Otherwise, there's not a lot to eat. What's this stuff? I didn't even notice that. It's willow. Just willow? Hang on, I'm gonna grab some of that. Last minute discovery. Willow. So, looks like it's just another version of vines. It's kind of nice. I'm adding that to the resource bag. But regardless, food. Yeah. Fishing. Dried zombie flesh would probably also be a valid choice. It's pretty wet around here, so you can probably hold off zombies for a while if you hole up, say, on top of a willow tree in the middle of the bayou, or something along those lines. But until next time, I'm Kalabajui. This has been the Bayou of Biomes O'Plenty. Let me go ahead and check that off, actually, while I'm at it. Man, I really need to make myself a checklist for my checklist. Bayou. Born on the Bayou. There we are. Bayou! Everybody have enough... Everyone learn how to speak. Everybody have a nice day.